A new experiment in GTA 5. Today we will test which car can fly across the entire map using a giant ramp. Watch the video till the end, give it a like, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss new experiments.
Hi guys! As always, your favorite little penguin Koki is here with you.
And a new experiment where we'll test how far cars can fly across the entire GTA 5 map using a giant ramp. That's why today I've prepared a super unusual and super fast collection of vehicles, starting with bikes, unique cars, and even toilet wheels. Today we have everything from huge supercars to giant monster trucks, so make sure to watch the video till the end and leave a like. And of course, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on new awesome experiments just like this one. Well, I suggest we don't waste any time and go straight to starting with the first vehicle. It's going to be bikes! Today we have a small collection of bikes, and I suggest we start with the most unusual one. Seriously, at first glance it looks like a regular bike, but instead of wheels, it has suction cups. Seriously, these are just regular plungers. Who came up with this? What kind of genius thought of that? Alright, fine. All we really need to do here is simply get up to our maximum possible speed and then try our best to make it all the way across the entire map. Fly through it! We're hitting top speed, 500 kilometers per hour. That's already really good, and let's go. The most important thing is that bikes in GTA 5 can glide, and I think this one is no exception. So we should be able to fly perfectly. No, it can't glide. Alright, come on, we're going down, guys. We're falling down, please. It kind of glides on and off, but it seems to be working little by little. Look. We're actually taking off. We've already made it to the city center. That's great. Let's keep flying. Next up is Mount Vinewood, and we're flying really low. I don't think we're going to make it over this mountain. Come on, higher, higher, please. Go up. No, I don't think we're going to make it. We're not going to make it. That's it. Although we did fly over Vinewood. Perfect. We've cleared the city center, and Mount Vinewood too, and we're flying further. I'm not pressing the gas or the brake. Wherever the bike stops, that's where we'll stop.
Helicopter, helicopter.
Okay. That was pretty good. I think this is the perfect spot. We almost made it to Chiliad. We've definitely flown across half the map, and that's just on the first bike. I'm sure it's going to get a lot cooler from here. Next up is the real Batpod, Batman's incredible bike. Now this one has to be cooler, 100%. Now let me tell you, it even has machine guns. Now that's something I absolutely love. But can it fly across the whole map? We're about to find out because it really does look like some kind of bike from the future. Okay, top speed, 470, 80, 90, and 500 kilometers per hour. The speed is exactly the same as the previous bike. But will we be able to glide on this Batpod? I think we can. Alright, oops, no, that's a problem. Alright, let's try one more time. Oh, we're falling, we've got big problems. We're losing altitude fast. No, come on, go higher. The main thing is not to crash into the rooftops. Come on, higher, higher. No! We're landing right in the city center between the skyscrapers. And this bike flies even less far. The bike with suction cups and Velcro flew just a little bit farther. Man, I honestly expected that at the very least we'd make it to the city center, and at best to Chiliad. But well, this is how it turned out. That's disappointing. But hey, dude even left his donut over there. He lost it. Well, the final bike for today is the Oppressor. By the way, it's the standard bike from GTA. Well, standard, sort of. It can fly. Look, its wings can open and close, and it also has a turbo booster. So I definitely wouldn't call it ordinary. We're taking the maximum speed. 420. I think it's just a bit slower than the previous bikes. Yeah, because its top speed is 450 kilometers per hour, but at least we can activate the boost. And now we're just going to activate flight mode and fly straight to the finish line. At least that's what I'm hoping for. It's a shame that we can't activate the turbo boost right now. But, alright, we're flying. Everything's going well for us so far. And I think we should at least make it to the city center. Because seriously, look, it's flying like a real airplane. The wings are open. And we're still flying. The saddest part, of course, is that it doesn't take off. The turbo booster really isn't working, you hear? That's it. Apparently we're out of fuel. And unfortunately, I can't accelerate anymore. But at least I can glide. And so far, it's working out pretty well. Look, down there somewhere should be our Batmobile Batpod, which only made it to the city center. But we're already flying past it, and it's totally easy for us. There it is down there, tiny. Okay. We're almost making it to Vinewood. I can already see the sign. Come on, just a little bit more. We should be able to do this perfectly. Honestly, it's like I'm flying on gusts of wind. Look at that. It's almost like he's not falling at all. The only problem is that this is extremely mountainous terrain, and the mountains here just keep getting higher and higher, and I think we probably won't be able to fly through them anymore. As soon as we touch the ground, that's it. I can't press the accelerator, and we fall. That's it, guys. This is the end. 3, 2, 1, and... Unfortunately, we can't go any further now. Perfect parking. Right here. But that's definitely second place, 100%. Unfortunately, we didn't make it to Vinewood, but at least we flew over downtown. Well, let's move on. And next, we don't have bikes anymore, but real cars. Honestly, I think these are troll cars because this car is super old or something. I think it's about 100 years old. Next up is a toilet, and this is... I don't even know how to describe this. Some kind of hamster ball, probably. Honestly, I really don't know exactly how well these cars will actually perform in this experiment. But we're going to go full speed ahead and see just how far the cars can actually fly using the giant ramp at 520 kilometers per hour. Currently, at this point in the game, this is the fastest vehicle available, but unfortunately cars can't actually glide, and I think the farthest we'll realistically be able to fly is, well, to the ghetto area. That's it, we can't go any further, we're just falling down. Seriously, we landed literally right here. Maybe a kilometer or maybe 2, I don't know. Well, we don't even make it to the ghetto area and end up landing somewhere in a junkyard. Perfect, I think this car belongs right here. We won't even bother flipping it over, we'll just leave it right here in the junkyard. Really bad result, honestly, I thought it would be better. That's it, perfect parking, right here in the junkyard, that's where we'll leave it. Alright, let's keep going and... A toilet on wheels. Seriously? I don't really know who originally came up with this vehicle or how well it will actually handle this particular challenge, but I suggest we find out. Okay, here goes nothing. The main thing with a toilet like this is not to flip over, otherwise it'll be really, really bad. But at least 300 kilometers per hour. This toilet accelerates and just breezes through the whole challenge. Seriously? Let's do it. The most important thing is not to flip over. 300 kilometers per hour on a toilet. Okay, let's go. Wow, check out this trick. Look, a plane is taking off below us and we're jumping over it on a toilet. Just perfect. Nailed it. True, there is one thing, but... Seriously, look, here's the ramp and here's the toilet. And he falls straight into the ocean. What kind of environmental pollution is this? You can't do this. Well, now it's a floating toilet. Yes. This is the worst result so far, so honestly, I don't even know what to say. Let's just leave it here and go test the next car. Well, now we can really feel like real hamsters, just like real hamsters do, because... Seriously, I think only hamsters roll around in balls like this. Or maybe penguins. Alright, fine. It looks really unusual. This is a vehicle and it's really uncontrollable, guys. This is the end 100%. I can't control it, we're just rolling! Alright, I suggest we give this ball a second try. Although honestly, I don't even know if anything good will come out of this or not, but oh well, here goes nothing. Let's go. For a moment, it's really hard to control. As soon as I press the gas, for some reason it starts to skid. But right now it seems more or less okay. The most important thing is not to jerk the steering wheel left or right. At the very least, this ball accelerates to 540 kilometers per hour. And we know that the previous car, which accelerated to 520 kilometers per hour, flew more or less to the ghetto area. That means only one thing, this ball might fly even farther. Most likely it'll land in the ghetto area, I see it. The key is to land perfectly and evenly. To touch down, I think we're about to fall right onto the bridge. 3, 2, 1... Well, almost, right into the same storm drain. Look, there are already some homeless people gathering there. The perfect place for this ball. Oh! I think that homeless guy is going to be totally shocked when he sees what just arrived here. A giant hamster ball. Oh, he's already running away. Ha ha ha! Okay, we're almost making it to the ghetto area, but still, these Meme cars are useless, so we're moving on to real supercars. Now this is what I call cheat cars. Cars from Dalnevar, exactly what we need. Just look at how beautiful it is right now. This car is going to shimmer. 3, 2, 1, and... Whoa! Now that's gorgeous. Guys, you absolutely have to leave a like for a car like this. It's incredibly fast. I think it'll be the fastest car today. Let's go test its top speed. Already 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,150. And that's not even the top speed because the ramp already ended. I think we could have gone much faster, but the ramp just ended before we could really pick up more speed. Anyway, the main thing is that we're flying over downtown right now, looking down at all the buildings and streets below us. And we're almost reaching Vinewood, which is coming up just ahead. Come on, the most important thing is to fly over Vinewood. Let's go. No, I don't think it's really going to work. The car is already starting to spin and we're landing right in the water. Ta-da! Perfect parking, but at the very least, we made it to Vinewood. I think we've only had 2 cars that made it to Vinewood, and this is the 3rd one. And now it's underwater too. Well then, let's go to the cars from Orenovar. I think it's not as fast as the previous one, but at the same time it can... What does it do? That's right, it jumps! And it has a laser machine gun. But we don't really need that. We need to reach maximum speed and fly across the whole map. You know, I think the best thing is to use cars. Some super fast ones with turbo boosters. Cars like that should definitely make it to the finish line. So if you want us to, in the next episode, test exactly those cars with you, the most overpowered ones with turbo boosters that can fly and glide, then be sure to, let's say, get 2 likes on this video. Just 2 likes. I would really appreciate it, seriously, 2 likes and that's it, and the video comes out right away. So 2 likes, so subscribe, hit like, and don't forget about the bell. Most importantly, don't forget, because that's how you won't miss any new videos. And now, another submarine. Why are so many cars landing in the water today? And by the way, that's actually a really bad result. Because we only flew about 1,000 meters. And that's it, we didn't even make it to the ghetto district. That's really bad. Whoa, now we've got SUVs here. And honestly, I have to say, I don't really know if it's a good idea to test SUVs in this experiment. Because, you know, the track we're using, it's straight and supercars handle it perfectly. But SUVs are generally slower and heavier by nature. So, I'm not sure how this will turn out, but we definitely need to test it and see for ourselves. Accelerating to 500, 550, and let's go for maximum speed. Let's go. I feel like we won't even make it to the ghetto district again because the car is really heavy. And it starts spinning and twisting in the air. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. We're just being completely blown away by the strong wind, you know? And then we land right at the storm drain. That's honestly the farthest this car can possibly go. Although maybe one of these monster trucks will turn out to be overpowered. For example, this one. By the way, I know this car. I think it can jump. Yeah, look. Its suspension is so perfect that it can bounce a little. This is super cool. Why is it so fast? Okay, let's go. 600, 700, 800, and 850 kilometers per hour is this car's top speed. Of course, I think it's going to fall straight down now because it's so extremely heavy, but I tried to reach the absolute maximum speed and even jumped at the very end. So, I think this will definitely, without a doubt, give us a certain boost, or at least some kind of noticeable increase in speed. Although, I don't really think so. Are you serious? The car accelerates to 800 kilometers per hour and lands just 10 meters away from the previous one, which could only reach, what was it, 500? Yeah, that's kind of weird. But at least now we know what to test. Monster trucks and off-road vehicles, this was a bad idea because they're actually really heavy. Especially if we're carefully examining real monster truck limousines. This is... I don't even know what that is. At the very least, it looks really heavy, but maybe it's really fast. Yeah, look, 600. Well, yeah, 600 is the maximum for this car. Even 599, just short of 600. It didn't quite make it. And so, it would seem, the car accelerates to 600 kilometers per hour, does a cool trick, flies over the plane, but it lands literally 500 meters from the ramp. Seriously? It just drops like a stone, look. And that's it. There's nothing else you can come up with. Bam! Wait, actually there is... Oh! Perfect parking, that's it. This is exactly where this car belongs. Super! I wonder, can we drive up this mini ramp? Oh! Perfect. Alright, now we've got an entrance and an exit. This will be our garage for the car. And here it is, by the way, the toilet. Unfortunately, it doesn't drive. But it's more or less similar. Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. The monster trucks turned out to be too heavy. Well, alright, let's go for the third one next. Maybe it'll make it to the finish line. I even know which one. For now, we'll leave the shark and the banana. We'll save them for last. We have one more bike. But not just any bike, it's a monster truck bike with giant wheels. So we're going for maximum acceleration, 600 kilometers per hour. But we don't even need that much speed. 500 is enough. That's more than enough. The most important thing is that this bike can glide. And it actually can. Apparently, look. Perfect. That's it. The most important thing is not to flip over. And to make sure everything goes well for us. Come on. Perfect. Look at that. We're just perfect. No, higher, 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 please. We're about to crash into the building. We're about to... No, wait. We flew by just a millimeter away. Did you see that? Look, we're flying over the rooftops. This is just insane. Perfect. We're gliding. That's exactly why I love GTA and bikes, guys. The fact that on what seems like an ordinary bike, a monster truck that's really heavy and not super fast, we can speed up and fly across the whole map. Right now, the most important thing for us to do is to gain as much altitude as possible, because seriously, just look, the bike is actually flying upward. And we really need to fly all the way through Chiliad right now. And remember, Chiliad is the absolute highest point in all of GTA, so we definitely need to try our very best. I can even go higher. Look! I was flying at the height of skyscrapers, and now I'm higher than Chiliad. And I'm just flying past it easily. It's just easy. Look. Okay, easy now. Oh. Come on, the glide continues. A perfect landing right on Chiliad. Ha ha ha. Well, I think we could have easily glided to the end of the map. I just decided to stop right on Chiliad because it really is the highest point. And it really looks epic. Especially when we're on such a giant bike. Let's try to conquer the top of Mount Chiliad now. I think this will be super easy. Ah, there it is, by the way. Alright, braking. Done. Whoa, I overdid it. Now it's a descent from Mount Chiliad, not a climb. But the most important thing is the first vehicle, or rather bike, that flew across the whole map. Totally easy. With the help of a glide. I told you, we need to test only the most overpowered vehicles. But for now, we're going back to the regular ones. Monster trucks. Well, we've only got 3 vehicles left. That's the Megalodon monster truck, the banana monster truck, and the giant Ferrari monster truck. Let's quickly test these little guys because I feel like there's no way they'll make it to the finish line. Although, who really knows? The monster truck actually seems to accelerate pretty well. 600, well yeah, 600 is, you know, the top speed. But that was disappointing. Turns out our top speed is actually 200, and I don't think we'll even make it to the port. We'll just fall into the water. Although the ocean is exactly where a shark belongs. That's where it should be swimming. Perfect parking spot. So if we compare the shark and the toilet on wheels, they're more or less identical. They're the same. Seriously, somewhere around here there should be a toilet floating, and now there will be a shark floating too. And the massive monster truck banana. That of course just looks absolutely incredible for viewers. I think... I don't even know what to say. Honestly, really. I don't know what to say. It's kind of a banana, but also kind of a monster truck. It looks really funny, to be honest. Well, alright, let's go. 570 kilometers per hour, and it grips just as well. Are you serious? How are you even supposed to accelerate in this thing? Alright, it's apparently just too powerful. Come on, what do you suggest? Let's back up a little and at least try to make it to the port. Because I think there's no point in trying any further. No way. It won't fly, it won't make it, it's impossible. That's it, look, we already don't have enough speed. Let's get up to maximum speed and try to accelerate here. There, 500 kilometers per hour, that's not bad. Come on, at least to the port. At the very least, we have to make it to the port so that we don't fall into the water. If a shark falls into the water, that's no big deal. That's the shark's natural habitat. That's all fine. There are no bananas floating here. Bananas should not float. There is no way we end up directly in the water. Or not. Wait. Wow. We're almost saved. Or did you save? Well, yes, we saved. Guys, this save deserves a 100%. Like, we already have a bridge. We know how to get around here. All right, let's see. Whoa. Yeah. The banana can't get through here anymore. Or maybe it can. Perfect. Now that's exactly what we like to see. That's much better than before. So as you can see, the banana manages to fly just as far as the super long limousine monster truck, which is actually quite impressive. All right, what's next? The biggest Ferrari SF90 in the world, and it's turbocharged too. Acceleration. I think I activated it for nothing, but oh well, it's not a big deal. The most important thing is to land perfectly and try to make it to the finish line. I don't think we're going to be able to do it. It's just way too huge. That's definitely a big problem, but alright, let's activate it anyway. Let's go, acceleration! Let's see how far we can actually fly seriously all the way to the port. Honestly, I thought this monster truck would 100% make it to the finish line today, but it looks like we won't really be able to do it, even though we have turbo acceleration. But at the very least, that was a perfect, absolutely amazing trick. 100 points for the trick. Awesome. Most importantly, let's go underwater, ricochet, and come back up. Perfect. That's what we like. That's awesome. Honestly, guys, I really enjoyed this episode. If you did too, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new cool and amazing experiments, just like this one with a giant ramp, water, and the coolest cars in the world. And as always, it was me, your favorite little penguin, Toeflex. See you next time. Bye bye.